Bell, Murray, Daney, and White. Final call towards Gibson, gate D38.
So basically, I didn't get a lot of footage because I was in the airport because I was not really feeling it with everything going on after the point where you're seeing right now. I think the part where I cut off was just like me about to board maybe, or just getting to the gate. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, what happened was, I'm just gonna start off by saying I've never flown out of Miami on American without at least a 3-hour delay before. American has consistently let me down in the past. So basically, we're all lined up to board. We're supposed to leave at like 1:30, 1:35. Yeah, 1:35 sounds right. We're supposed to leave at 1:35. Lined up to board. And time's going by. It's about like 10 minutes after we're supposed to board. I mean, I've had that happen on Delta. I mean, it's normal. I mean, they've made announcements saying we're going to go. So, like, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be fine. Whatever. Then I see maintenance people get sent down to our plane. Then the gate agent comes on and is like, yeah, so we can't board the plane yet because the plane is too hot. So yeah, didn't really know what that means. I didn't know maybe it was broken AC. I don't know what the deal was, but it seemed kind of odd. They had to send maintenance down there for that. I don't know what. Again, I'm not like a maintenance expert, but I don't know. It seemed a little weird. Then the time on like the gate screen updated to 2 o'clock. It was about a 25-minute delay. No big deal at all. I mean, 25 minutes is nothing. I wasn't in jeopardy of missing my connection. I had like a 1 hour, 10-minute connection, so that just means I now had like 45 minutes to make my connection in DFW, which is still plenty of time. But then, give it like another 10 minutes after this, the whole crew gets off the plane. And that's when I actually started to get worried. Whole crew gets off the plane. I'm just looking up there at the screen. All of a sudden, the screen update and says new departure time, 2:45 p.m. So with that said, I am now going to miss my connection in Dallas. So, yeah. But I mean, after that was updated, the gate agent came on, was like, yeah, so this plane is going out of service. Didn't really explain why. They just said this plane's going out of service. You were waiting on a new plane. I don't remember what gate it was. Hold on, give me 1 second. But we had to change planes. Our plane was going out of service, the overheated plane. And basically, we had to change gates. I can't remember. I think we went from D39 to D38, I want to say. That sounds right. Yeah, we went from D38 to D39. My bad. D38 to D39 is where the new plane was going to be. New plane, also an A321. It's coming from Dallas. It was on approach. Wasn't going to be too long. Or so we thought. But anyways, before I even could worry about that, I needed to focus on getting a new connecting flight. Because I was going to miss my connection from Dallas to Salt Lake City. Because I was supposed to take off from Dallas at 4:45, and we were supposed to land there at like 4:40 now with that delay. No way in hell I'm making that. Go to the American Airlines rebooking center, and the line is like taking forever. This line is moving so slowly. American sends me a link to rebook on AA.com. They text it to me. Click on the link, try to rebook there. Cannot do that. Says an error has occurred every time I try to process because I just wanted to change to the 7:15 flight from Dallas to Salt Lake City. Whatever. So that didn't work. I tried the kiosk at the rebooking center. Kiosk gave me the same error message. So I go to the American app, and it wouldn't even let me log in. I don't know what that was about. So I ended up just accepting my fate. I'm just going to wait in this line. Ended up not taking too long, but it was still a little bit, mainly because, like, I feel like, I don't know what it is, but, like, the people in front of me had, like, the most high-maintenance rebooking needs. I I don't understand some of these people. Anyways, I just went up there and said, hey, I just need a seat on the next Salt Lake City flight from Dallas. I'm going to miss my connection because you guys delayed this flight. Okay, no problem. Click, click, boom. Have a seat on the next flight out of Dallas in first class. So, no, I mean, Then, yeah, the people around me having these high maintenance rebooking requirements. Anyways, that's besides the point. Anyways, by the time I stand in line and get my new boarding pass, get my new flight for my new connecting flight, it's about time to board, so I head over to the new gate D39, I think. Plane's there. Pretty much everyone's lined up to board. Gate lights for days, by the way, but that's not really relevant right now. So yeah, I kind of wheeze my way up to the front of the line a little bit because all these other people in line are like Group 3, Group 4, Group 6, Group 5, like that kind of range. And I'm Group 1. So I wheeze my way up there. Then the same thing starts to happen. 20 minutes after we're supposed to start boarding, we just aren't doing anything. I'm just like, okay, what the hell's going on? This did not go well last time. 5 minutes after that, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for the inconvenience, but we just figured out that the inbound flight from Dallas has a broken overhead bin. So we don't really have an estimate for you, but yeah, we just have a broken overhead bin, and we need to get that fixed. Like, okay, this really should not be a long fix. I don't really like the thing with American is you get like these smallest things that sound like these smallest mechanical problems, but they turn into the biggest ones. And it causes a long-ass delay like this. We're now, I think, an hour and a half late. Or running an hour and a half. Maybe not an hour and a half yet, but we're like getting to that point. So I just go sit down, and my phone's about to die. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my story rant about this whole flight. So you kind of get the gist of what's going on here. But anyways, yeah, so I go sit down. I'm not happy. And this flight, it's a big rolling delay. They keep pushing this delay back. And then I look at, because I knew there was a 3:30 on-time flight to Dallas, I look at my American app because coincidentally, after I rebook, the app starts working again. So I look on the app, look at the status to see where this on-time 3:30 flight is going out of, see if I can get on that. Because I really don't know if this thing's getting out today or not. Look on my app, it's going out of D38 on the same plane that we were swapped out of. I thought our plane was broken, but apparently not. They can send it there. I don't really understand. I go back over to that gate. They're starting to board. I stand in line, and there's a long line to even get to the desk. I think it was a bunch of people from our flight trying to get on that flight. And then all of a sudden, this guy cuts the whole line. And then the guy in front of me is like, hey, what the hell is going on up there? You have this whole line back here, and why does he get to cut off? Gator's like, oh, he's on the delayed 1:30 flight. He gets priority. So I was on the verge of breaking. I broke at that moment. I said, not exaggerating, I yelled a little bit, and I said, you can call me Karen, whatever. But I got a little loose and said, so is everyone else in this damn line. You've been feeding us the same bullshit for the past 2.5 hours. Is there a seat on this flight or not? Then, it wasn't too bad, but that's basically what I said in response to that. So, so then the line keeps moving. The guy behind me taps my shoulder. It's like, yeah, they probably do have a seat on this flight, but knowing how American works, they're probably going to make you pay for that. It was kind of funny, because, it's probably true. But I get to the front of the line finally. I'm like, hey, I think Group 6 is boarding at this point. I got in line with Concierge Ski was boarding. But yeah, I was like, hey, is there any way I can get on this flight? That you've been saying that this flight's going to go for the past 2.5 hours. It's not been going anywhere. It's like, I hand her my ticket. She starts going in the system. It's like, oh, we can't rebook you on this flight. You're in first class, and there's no first class seats open on this flight. Like, okay, I will seriously downgrade to main cabin extra or whatever you have. I just want to get out of Miami right now. That's my main concern. I don't care what seat I'm in. And she's like, no, sorry, we can't do that for you. It's basically a waste of time. I go back to my gate accepting defeat. And then, final boarding comes around for that flight. Final boarding comes around for the on-time DFW flight. And I just try again. I go up to, like, the gate agents on my flight, hand her my ticket, same deal. So, can't get on that flight. Whatever. And then finally, I think a good 30 minutes after that flight, or maybe I don't remember exactly. This is a few months ago now, but that flight was pushing back, and then we finally said that the problem was fixed, and that we could go soon. So we all get back in line, and it actually happened this time. Got on that plane and sat in my seat, and that was the happiest I've ever been. She's sitting in an airplane seat because we were getting out of there, and I knew I was going to probably make it home tonight. So that happened. I get on the plane, and then I couldn't help but notice. I looked up to my left. The broken overhead bin was in first class. I look over. It took them an hour and a half to put their little special inoperative tape that says American Airlines do not operate over that broken overhead bin. It took them an hour to do that. It's like, guys, what the hell? Yeah. So that's basically the gist of what happened. And yeah, it was not a great experience. Every time I fly, it feels like every time I fly American, something like this happens. And I really... The only reason I flew them is because it was like $280 for first class from Orlando to Miami to Dallas to Salt Lake, but I'm wishing I just did economy on Delta looking back on that because, like, good lord. Anyways, yeah, that's just what happened. Probably need to fill you guys in on that because there would just be a huge gap and that'd be kind of weird. So, yeah, there you have it.
Group number 1 at this time. Thank you. We apologize today. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh my god, it's happening.
Cross-check, stand by for all call. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard American Airlines, Airlines 2821 with service to Dallas, Fort Worth. From Miami to Dallas, our flying time will be 2 hours and 30 minutes at an altitude of 36,000 feet. Dallas weather conditions are partly cloudy with temperature of 96 degrees Fahrenheit, 36 degrees Celsius. Your safety is important to us. Please pause for a moment and give your attention to the monitors located throughout the cabin as well as the flight attendants.
Hello everyone, thank you for your attention. It's time to...
welcome to Dallas Fort Worth. Local time is 5:40 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off, until the aircraft has departed the gate. Also, please use caution when opening overhead bins, as items may have shifted on landing. On behalf of your entire flight crew, I'd like to thank you for flying with us today, and we do hope to see you again soon on another American Airlines flight.
Almost at the gate. Yeah.